Gotta know if you're shooting good or not.
Shot meter. Always the requirement.
It's time for some hoops at the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder here in downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside.
Just let everybody know we are playing Hall of Fame simulation.
Okay.
Doris Burke. You look at the Rockets. They are definitely a team in the bubble in the West, 9th place and vying for contention.
Time is running out on them, Kevin. If they're going to make a move, they've got to get it done now. They've got to get busy right now.
And I don't know if they've got it in them. I really don't. I think if they were going to get it done, they'd have done it by now.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Motiejunas and Howard, the post pair. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Westbrook. Dishes it to it.
Give me 2 notches down. Like 2 notches down.
3, so 5.
All right, one up. Yeah.
Adams. Shot clock at 6. Motiejunas with the steal. Harden against Durant. Harden gets to Motiejunas. Durant with the steal.
It's double triangle.
To the inside, Westbrook. It's rebounded by Houston. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
And frankly, I mean, that was sloppy play on the other side's part, but not all of it. They put the screws to him, that's for sure.
Just call him the Beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
On defense, the Rockets. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And really, they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game. I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
Good. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Inside, and it's Howard finishing it off.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Got a piece of it.
They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
It's Ariza on the wing. Back to Harden. Feeds to Motiejunas. Here's Howard, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back. Then his body betrays him.
No good on that one.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Beverly, the pass to Harden. From deep. Also Westbrook with the rebound. Thunder have gone 3-of-7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And stolen by Ariza. Harden against Westbrook. It's Harden with the drive. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Waiters, and it's sent back by Howard. Harden against Westbrook.
Look at it. Oh.
It's Harden with the drive, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. They get Russell Westbrook. Guys, I'm not sure there's a better star player who's a better fit for his team's philosophy than James Harden, who reflects the Rocket system perfectly.
I don't think you're wrong on that, Kevin. I mean, the Rockets, an analytically minded team. They love layups, free throws, and threes. Harden can get all of those done.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Adams. Kyle Singler comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook.
And Harden, either intentionally or not, is really the poster child for a new era of analytics that's starting to drive basketball. I mean, he generates a lot of points, but most importantly, he does it with tremendous efficiency, in part because he lives at the free throw line.
Now here's Terry after Enes Kanter's miss. In the corner, Harden. And he elevates, and then the slam. Kanter did not like that.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And, you know, for the Rockets, acquiring James Harden might be the trade of the decade. You look at what they gave up, and it's hard to argue that they didn't win that transaction in a big way.
Now here's Harden. He's got 8. No good, and he's 3 of 6 from the floor.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it. Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when you can throw it down like that.
Sir.
A good close contest. So,
Oh my God.
and Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball. This is my passion, on the court.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Patrick Beverly out there with McDaniels. Then there's Howard. Then there's Brewer. And it's Beasley in at the 4. Oklahoma City trailing.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
Whoa!
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Cantor. Morrow comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Roberson in for Randy Foy. Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston. It's Westbrook with the drive, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Oh.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Oh, no,
Throws down the breakaway jam.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this guy.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Here's Adams, rebounded by Howard. Howard's got his third rebound tonight. Beasley with a clean look. Off target from the wing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the basket by Morrow. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And a switch here also for Houston. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Dwight Howard. It's Westbrook with the drive. It's blocked. And it's Houston on the break. That's good from Ariza on the assist from Corey Brewer. Ariza's got his first points in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Rockets?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters.
Wow.
Actually, have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
And the Thunder making a change here. Sinclair's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's Harden in for Brewer. Well, when you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
And the jam by Harden.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
This one for three. The shot misses.
My goodness.
And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson I always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor. You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, you know, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage.
Oh,
Career
wow.
53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
Waiters dishes to Ford. Outside for Durant. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nails the 16-footer. Durant's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
I forgot all about him, man. He ain't got 10.
Harden outside. It's Ariza on the wing. Up in time. And no good trying to get that one. It's a tie.
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach tonight?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Wow.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K
Wow.
Sports Halftime. There was no